All right, blues lick number 1 is a T-Bone Walker phrase, the grandfather of electric blues guitar. His most simplest lick. It's basically a triplet, and he plays it over and over. And it swings with a great feel behind it. So that becomes an intro to so many other phrases. The lick itself, repetitive phrase, comes back from the early days of Robert Johnson and then electric blues great Elmore James. Playing the same thing over and over with a triplet type phrasing, a static rhythm basically. You can augment this with any kind of blues lick around the scale you want. So you get the general idea. This and this become literally pieces of your musical vocabulary that you use to tie other phrases together. The same concept sounds great here as well, which is a la Muddy Waters, as well as now, if we look back at B.B. King, one of his most classic licks is this, the famous B.B. King intro. Well, if you listen to enough blues, you'll find that that's not only a B.B. King intro, but that can end up translating to things like, which is every blues guitar player's staple riff for an intro, or even in the middle of a blues. It's a great lick to play. Freddie King played it a little differently with a slide instead of a bend on the beginning of his solo in Tore Down. Albert King would be up here and come back down with a simple lick like this. Buddy Guy could play a really cool filler lick that works seemingly over any chord. Sounds like a minor riff, but it works great over a dominant chord or a minor chord. Looking at Buddy Guy, Albert King, and Freddie King, you can't help then but look at the style of Eric Clapton. He picked up so much from all of those guys, and so many of his favorite blues licks are shaped around a lot of Freddie King sounds and a lot of these kind of repeating triplets that go all the way back to T-Bone Walker. Stevie Ray played all of these phrases in everything, but he also liked to pick up a lot of Albert King phrases. Here's a couple really cool ones. This is a 1 chord going to the 5. Here's a 5 to the 4. Here's the 4 going to the 1. my favorite lick of all time. That brings it back to that dominant 5 right at the end. You want to end on that note and let that ride for a beat or two, and then you come back on the 1 chord. It's a really, really cool slamming riff from Stevie Ray. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this. Another great blues guitar player is the style of Billy Gibbons. He played a lot of interesting things in first position. Always less is more. One of his favorite licks is the simplest of bends. And then he would augment that with, and then, and that was a way he would play fills, and each time he would build up between each vocal phrase and adding more to the fill each time around. And another really cool lick he plays, which also I've heard Hendrix play many times, is this. Which also goes back to early T-Bone Walker. Enjoy these riffs. Many more to come.